What is going on, Coach Launch crew? Hope you're all doing well. I definitely have some things to jam on today with you. In fact, I'll be going live all week. But let me launch this and share this into the Coach Launcher group. If you aren't in the Coach Launcher group, get in there. There is such an insane amount of free training. If you're a brand new coach who is looking to launch your coaching business and start enrolling clients, it's the place to be. So first things first, let me just share this into the group. So give me a moment. Here we go. Share, boom. Should I start a watch party? Scheduling, do it. All right, let's post this in. Again, it's called the Coach Launcher Group. If you aren't in there, where you been? It's like we have a party in there every single week. Brand new coaches are launching their coaching business. I do a ton of free training in there. People are enrolling their first clients, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be in there. Completely taking advantage of that. So let me just pull that up, and then we'll get rolling. I made a post yesterday, and I want to elaborate on it. I made it in the actual group. So if you aren't in the group, you didn't see it. I get that. So let me just click this up, and let me know if you can hear me. All right. So we are live. Why you don't have enough time and what to do about it. Why you don't have enough time and what to do about it. Just shared this into the group, so I'm going to give you a moment for people to show up. I know it's 11:11 a.m. Eastern time on a Monday morning, and some of you are on the West Coast, and you're like, dude, it's Monday. Why are you hitting me with stuff already? I haven't even gotten out of bed yet. Get out of bed. There's stuff to do. All right. So let's start here. You name any person that has had massive amounts of success, and I guarantee you they do this one thing. How many times have you said out loud, oh, I wish I had enough time, or I don't have enough time, or that requires too much time? When I'm in conversations with people, executives, Fortune 100 executives, and new coaches, one of the biggest reasons why they give as to why they would maybe want to work together is so that they can actually save time. One of the biggest complaints and frustrations that they have is that they feel like there's not enough time to go around. There's not enough time for their family and for their career as an exec. There's not enough time for their family and to launch their coaching business. There's not enough time to launch their coaching business, have a family, have a personal life, have friends, and have a job. And let's face it, most new coaches, when they're launching, they have a job. They are currently working a job. And at the same time, almost every new coach I work with, when we first start working together, and almost every exec I work with when it comes to their personal life, they do not schedule well. They're afraid to schedule. They've got fear around scheduling. We can dive into that at any point. But you look at every person who's had massive amounts of success, and they all have a calendar, and everything that they want to do gets scheduled. In fact, they define what their values are, and they get really intentional about making sure that everything they do aligns with their values. They make sure everything they do, every single thing that they do, aligns with their values and is aligned with their purpose or their calling. And then it gets on a calendar. And then they show up and they keep the commitment that they made to themselves to do the thing they want to do. People say to me, I just don't feel like I have enough time for my spouse, my children, my job, and launching my coaching business. And it's total BS. If you did a time audit, What's a time audit? A time audit is when you literally go through your day and every hour you stop for 3 minutes and you just write out what you did every minute of that hour. So for 20 minutes, I did this. For 30 minutes, I did that. And you do that all day long. If you look back, you'll find you literally are wasting hours in your day. And if you will surrender to a calendar, I can tell someone's priorities and intentions and what they value by looking at two things: their bank account and their calendar. And I can tell you if they're successful just by looking at their calendar. Every time, 100% of the time, I can tell if someone's successful just by looking at their calendar. And I can tell you what they value by looking at their bank account and their calendar. So this is the thing that I understand, but I don't know why you're fighting it. I do know why. It's fear-based. But if you would just simply list out your priorities, the top 3 things that will give you the most return on the time you're investing each day, top 3 things, and you attack those 3 things. You carve out time in your calendar, you carve out space in your schedule for the top 3 things that have the greatest return on the time that you invest and the energy you put into it, and you make sure that you have slotted appointments to do those things. I will guarantee you it will change your life forever. You will find that you have more time than you ever imagined. You will realize that you can accomplish more than you ever dreamed of, that you ever hoped for. And you will quickly, if you do this, begin to realize you're not that different than Richard Branson. You're not that different than Elon Musk. You're not that different from Marianne Williamson. You're just not, because this is what really successful people do. They schedule their time. I know there's a lot of people who won't even watch this. They won't even watch this because they're so afraid of a calendar. They're so afraid of what they're going to lose. I know that because I was. I was afraid that if I started using my calendar, this is several years ago, if I started using my calendar and started scheduling, that I would lose all spontaneity in life, that I would be bored, that I would have zero energy. And the truth is, it was the exact opposite. I found more time to do the things I love to do, to be more aligned with my values, with my calling, with my purpose, more energy to do the things that I appreciate. Because when you make the commitment to yourself and you make the commitment to make an impact in the world and you begin to actually accomplish the things you set out to accomplish, it changes everything. Why aren't you using a calendar? Why aren't you scheduling everything? Schedule when you eat. Schedule when you travel. Schedule when you drive your kids to school. Schedule when you're going to create content. Schedule when you're going to post that content. Schedule when you're going to get into groups. Schedule when you're going to get on enrollment calls. Schedule when you're going to get into Messenger. Schedule when you're going to unwind. Schedule when you're going to have a glass of wine. If you care about it, put it on your calendar and then keep that commitment to yourself and show up for yourself. Because when you start showing up and keeping the little promises that you make to yourself, it changes who you are deep down, way down in here, right? Way, way back in your tiny little hypothalamus. You start to change your identity as someone who is who they say they are. You begin to align, you begin to see yourself as the person you want to be. And you wake up one morning and you realize, I have become the person I have always wanted to become. I know scheduling and calendars and talking about it isn't sexy. I know most of you don't want to hear about it, but I would be doing you a massive disservice if I didn't talk about it, if I didn't offer some training on it, and if I didn't help you see the subtle power in scheduling. If you aren't scheduling, just ask yourself this question: why am I not scheduling? If you can hear me, let me know. If you have any thoughts, drop them in here. It's a private group. If you're in the Coach Launcher group, drop it in. If you're on the Own Your Life business page, and then you can just shoot me a message. Or just, you know what, get into the Coach Launcher group, look up the Coach Launcher group, and hop in there, and then, put it in here. This is why I don't schedule. This is why I don't use my calendar. Some of you schedule and then you don't keep it. That's an integrity issue with you caring for yourself and keeping your commitment to yourself. I know, because I lived it for a long time. All right. That's the end of my boring, dull scheduling talk. Although I'm going to do a live training on the Own Your Life Planner. Probably going to do that tomorrow. So, see you later. Have a great day.